truth is, everyone is a little impatient. I'm no exception to this rule. I think impatience or patience is something that's always in flux depending on what's going on in the market. In this case, the powerlifting market is my own individual market of the progression on the bench press. Such a pain in the ass. Here is a sort of a 5-rep PR, cleanly all done by myself, but the pauses vary, and it's something that I've started to overanalyze, and I haven't figured out what I want out of the bench. Of course I do know what I want out of the bench. I just haven't figured out the right approach yet for me specifically as I try to freaking figure out this pause. God, life was so much simpler when I didn't know anything about pause benching. I didn't know what a pause bench was. I've known what a pause bench was for maybe about a year now. And now that I know what it is, it's fucking annoying and it's irritating. At least for this workout. But good stuff have come from it.
1, 2, press. 1, 2, press. 1, 2, press.
To maximize my bench press, I really need to be working off a press command. I was pausing too short of a time frame on the previous first 2 working sets of this workout, and then I asked my wife to yell the pause command, or the press command, sorry. And I felt like I was getting a little irritated trying to figure out what I wanted to do, so I decided to knock about 5 pounds off the bar and go ahead and start doing a little bit longer pauses and more legitimate pauses. And what a legitimate pause is to me is that the bar completely stops and then I press. It might be less than a second, might be a little bit over a second, but I know it's got to be at least a second. Sometimes when I'm a little bit on edge or feel like I'm pressured to perform for myself, sometimes I won't pause for long enough, or I feel like I won't make the bar to go up, or I won't be able to make the lift. I'll do a touch and go rep, or a really bad touch and go rep. As with most things, like with frustration and anger and irritation or impatience, comes fruition of an idea or an ideal or some sort of epiphany. And if you haven't seen my previous videos, I had some really great ideas or some introspective stuff about myself, about my lifting, about my technique that I learned, and it was sort of eye-opening. You know, it's when you really spend the time to really make something move and you really press hard to be good at it and really try to get your form down. You know, I've only been sort of obsessing over the bench for the last 2 weeks, and when you start to obsess over it, it's kind of like stepping on the scale every day. You know, you're trying to lose weight, hypothetically, right? You step on the scale and the scale is not moving, but we know that it takes a really long time for weight to drop, right? And same thing with strength. It takes a really long time to build strength. But when you're really dead focused on it, you're like looking at yourself in the mirror every single day when you're trying to lose weight. Or in this case, I'm tracking my weights week to week. And sometimes 1 week is a long enough period of time to see progress. Or I should say the expectation of progress. But the truth and reality is you're not going to make a 10-pound jump every single week. It's just not realistic. You're not going to make a 1 repetition jump every single week. But even though you sort of know this in the back of your head, the truth is you deep down inside, you really hope that you can make that 1 rep increase every single week, or that extra 5 or 10 pounds every single week. You know, you're looking to get something out of it that you can actually count on and you can add. The fact of the matter is, it just doesn't work that way, but there's a piece of you deep down inside that believes that it's there and that it is possible. You know, there's one thing to learn about something on a YouTube video or read an article, and then there's another thing to discover it in training and then really use it multiple times, not once or twice, but a bunch of times, and then realizing and connecting the dots and figuring out, holy shit, this really works. This is the missing piece. That's what I found out today.